How's it going, everyone? UML here. Mario Kart just wouldn't be the same without all the items you can use throughout the series. However, not all of these items are winners. In this video, Tomb and I will be going over our picks of the 5 worst items in Mario Kart.
In this list, we aren't including any exclusive items from Tour or the arcade series.
Without further ado, let's begin.
The POW, a Mario Kart Wii exclusive item that can be used in strategic ways to slow down your opponents. However, for the most part, it's an item you use right away to snatch a better one.
You see, the POW block sounds awesome on paper. When used, any players in front of you will stop in their tracks, losing their items and speed in the process. Unfortunately, Nintendo made it so that you can dodge this item. All you need to do is press the trick button or shake your Wii remote and you won't lose any speed. Sure, you will lose your item, but the effects of the POW are very minimal once you learn how to dodge it. It's also worth mentioning that the only game the POW block appears in is the game whose gimmick is being in the air. With all the tricking you do on half-pipes and ramps, there's a fair chance you won't even feel the effect since it doesn't affect players airborne. That means you won't even lose your item.
With that being said, if used properly, there are times where you can use it to your advantage. If you use it at the right time, you can ruin someone's turn. Even though human players have mastered the counter attack, it affects CPUs pretty well. All of that is why the POW block is at number 5 on our list.
Making its debut in Mario Kart DS, the Blooper has been a Mario Kart staple ever since. The only purpose this item serves is to squirt ink on your screen for a few seconds. The thing is, this will mean nothing to you if you have somewhat decent knowledge of the track you are racing on. The ink doesn't even cover the entire screen, so you still have an idea of where you are going anyways.
I'm not sure how this item garnered any traction after DS. The reason it is ranked lower than the POW is because it appears in more games and doesn't have practical advantages. The only thing the Blooper is going for is that it slows down CPU players. That is why the Blooper ranks at number 4 on our list.
The Feather made its debut in Super Mario Kart and takes an absence from the series until it returned in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as a battle exclusive item. In Super Mario Kart, the Feather allows you to leap into the air for a couple seconds, giving you the opportunity to take shortcuts. While this sounds great, there are not many circumstances where a Feather would come in handy. There are barely any times where you will be able to take a shortcut with this item. 95% of the time, you use it just to make room for another item. Even if you do manage to take a shortcut, it won't even be that significant, as the rubber band AI will catch up to you in no time flat.
In Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the Feather appears in battle mode. While it's not extremely useful, if timed properly, you can snatch a balloon, coin or shrine sprite from another player depending on the mode. You can also use it to jump over obstacles, which is much easier to do in this game. Because it can be pretty nifty in Deluxe's battle mode, it makes it to number 3 on our list, right above the Super Leaf. The only game that this item has appeared in was Mario Kart 7, and there's a good reason for that. The Super Leaf just isn't an item anybody wants to use. If a player is close enough, you can whack them with the tail that suddenly grows on the back of your kart. There are very few times where you'll be in a situation where this is helpful.
If you are a bit more skilled, you can protect yourself from oncoming items, though it is nowhere near as efficient as a simple green shell or banana. Whenever I get the Super Leaf, I just spam it so that I can make room for another better item. That is why the Super Leaf ranks at number 2. Before we get into the not so obvious number 1 pick, let's go over 2 dishonorable mentions.
The Thundercloud made its only appearance in Mario Kart Wii and is unlikely to return as this item was not received well. Aside from the fact that the Thundercloud gets enough hate, this item can be helpful for gaining some speed until you pass it on to another player, though oftentimes it will either be passed back to you or you stick with it until you are shrunk.
The fake item box has appeared in several Mario Kart installments since Mario Kart 64. Depending on the game, the fake item box can look pretty similar to the real thing or very different. Either way, anyone with decent vision will be able to tell the difference. Unless you put it over a thin bridge or a turn when somebody isn't expecting it, you are unlikely to fool anybody other than CPUs into hitting it. On top of that, it doesn't block oncoming items when you hold it behind you. So without further ado, let's talk about the the coin. Yeah, I bet you didn't see this one coming. Surprisingly, the coin ranks at number 1 on our list.
Though coins appear in Super Mario Kart, Super Circuit, 7, 8 and Deluxe, in Super Mario Kart and Mario Kart 8, Coins appear as items alongside the coins on the tracks. There is really no point to have coins as an item. They're in abundance on every track. Even tracks like Big Blue and Mario Kart 8 have panels to collect coins on, with plenty of them to fill up your coin meter. With the coins on the tracks, it is super easy to max out your coins. The coin as an item takes up a valuable slot that leaves you completely vulnerable.
A slight positive to the coin is that you gain a slight speed boost if you have enough of them, but aside from what was mentioned about coins being plentiful on the ground, I never even noticed a speed boost. It's so minuscule an effect is practically worthless. All of these reasons is why the coin is the obvious pick for the worst item in Mario Kart history. So that concludes our list. Big thanks to Tombwarrior for collaborating with me on this video. Leave a comment if you think we missed any items that you think should be on the list. Heck, just leave a comment with the Mario Kart item you dislike and why. Thank you so much for watching, and just have a good one.